Hello guys, well I'm back again and I'm going to be doing some stitching on these guys. So I've done this, and in the previous video I had all the bits and pieces around. I've taken them off and I'm going to be hand or machine sewing these bits together. So I've just got this here for the colorway. The colors that I'm using, I'm going to use where are we on this? I used the wool along here and on there, and to do them I used the pearl cotton, whereas on this next one I just did the pearl cotton, the Wonder Peel or whatever it is. And then on the bunnies I'm going to be doing the wool, and I've already sort of started because I was waiting for the phone to charge up, and I thought I'd just picked out the colours, and I found this which I originally had in my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and it kept on falling out and going all over the place. So what I might do is I might stitch that in underneath, or put it on under like this, like I'm going to show you. I'll probably stitch those things first, and then I'll stick this underneath here and then stitch that down so it looks like it's part of it. Whereas these I may go around them with a cotton thread. Where are we? Have I got a dark cotton thread anywhere? Like a black or something, because I want them to sort of stay in the background. I've painted them, but I might just do a cotton thread for the little antennae that they've got, and just a very small back stitch around them, because I want them to sort of stay in the background. I was thinking maybe I should do some really small ribbon, but I don't know. I just think I want to have them staying in the background. So I've started on that, and as you can see I've taken the stuff up there, but I've taken a photo and I've put them in my little tin here, and then I'm going to stitch these together and then have the background and all that. That'll be in the next video, but I thought I'll show you how I'm stitching these guys. See, because I've cut them, I've got stuff everywhere, all these little bits. So what I'm going to do, I did a stem stitch, which is what that is there. So I'm going to do a stem stitch on the stems, then I'm going to do lazy daisy, and then fill these in. And I think on the grass I might do a stem stitch as well, but around here on these I've got these two threads, which is the threads that the girls got in the pack on the retreat, these ones. So you can get them, you can get these on Temu if you're wondering where these are. They're great, they're pearl cotton, and they are really good quality, really highest quality ones. The pearl cotton, what are they called? Armo or something like that. Yeah, I found them to be really good. I purchased some first, tried them out before I got them for the girls, but they're good quality and they're not over the top expensive, cheaper than getting that stuff from other places. So okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do, so you start up in the middle here, and we are going to do just a lazy daisy stitch. So you come out and then you go really close next to it, go where you want to go, and then go around, pull it out, then go on the top, which holds that in. Now this is perfect stitch for this, lazy daisy for a daisy. So go back down, when I originally did this design, these were a lot easier to see, but because I got to print them, you know, they've come out a little bit close together, but that's okay. I'm going to put lazy daisies in the places that don't look like they need them. Okay. Now, I apologise for the previous video. When I was doing it, you couldn't see the bottom, so I'm making sure that I'm, you know, having it up, because the automatic thing to do is to have stitching close to you when you do it, or you know, designing or whatever it is. But move these out the way. So go here. Can't really see it, but that's okay. Go next to it. Go to the top. And I don't mind that you can see a little bit of the black in between. That sort of gives a bit of shading. That's okay. This is why I was hesitant to do this, because look, it's fraying. So the sooner we stitch this and get that backing on, the better. Okay, next to it, up the top. Go around. I hope you're enjoying doing these pieces. I think they're just super cute, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think it's going to be really cute. And see, you go all the way back down here, even though it doesn't look like it is on the picture. Close, because we're going to fill in the center anyway. Okay, there we go. Here. On to the top. Yep. Sort of want to pull it, but not too tight. Got the aircon going. A bit of a warm day today when I'm filming this. By the time you see this, it'll be still warmish, but you know, cooled down a lot better, because I'm, you know, pre-recording this so that you guys and the girls from the retreat can see how I created my piece. See how that's a bit wider. I didn't put it close enough, but all good. I'm not going to unpick it, just going to keep going with it, and then just go here. Bring that up so it's not interfering. So I'm just going to go next to that. Working in slow-mo today. I'm just going to do the one, and then I'll do the center, and I'll do the other one off camera, because that's all you need to see me do one. And this is quite a quick way. It would be quicker for me if I wasn't having to, you know, go forward, but that's just how it is. And I'd rather be showing you at a slower pace. Okay, flip it round. Might have to go and get some more. I don't think I'm going to have enough. Okay. Back through here, tie it off. Now if you want to know what number this is, might do a double knot just in case. You don't want it coming undone, it's annoying. Okay. It is that one. So Wonderful EZ 2000 2117, and it's a pearl 8. So you can do it in wool. I've got wool in those colours as well, but I thought I'd just, where are we? Come on. Here's the, there it is. There we go. Looking good already. Definitely a lot quicker to do this piece than it was to do the houses. And I'm going to get a little bit more because I'm going to need some for that as well. So, and I'll tuck it in there. Do. Yep. Do a knot. I'm just wondering if we can slip this guy in here, or if we do him on top. What I might do is keep going with this. Okay. Now I hope you can see. Just when I zoom it in, I end up pulling it close to me and you don't see it, so I'm better off being just a little bit further away. Yeah, because you can't win sometimes. Okay. In the previous one I was out further so you could see more, as it is a little closer than the previous video. I am going to go here because I want to pull that back. There's a few here which have all blurred into one. So, but I thought I didn't mind that because I am going to be you know, create individual petals. Because it's a hot day, we've got concrete down for our shed, and we've got all this stuff out the back shed, you know, stuff that needs to go in the shed once the shed's built, but the concrete's down and we're waiting for the shed to actually be delivered, which should be sometime this coming week. And I can hear expanding and contracting because there's, you know, tin stuff and whatever, you know, all the stuff in the back that needs to go in the shed when it's built because it's in the sun. And even plastic, with the heat, it contracts and you hear all these little poppy noises outside. Okay, I'm going to do one more here, even though it's just one line. It's supposed to be a petal. Okay, and what we're going to do here is, I was thinking I do need to, because that's where they go, is right in the middle. So what I might do is just stitch around this with the yellow so you don't see that. Okay, there we go. Don't want that to be pulled in too tight. It looks like it is. Okay, so we got our little guy in the centre, because that's where they go to get the pollen. The only reason why it's going on, because it was sitting there and I thought it would be cute, because it's going to be in a little book, and I don't know what else. I'll probably use it for some other project, but at least it's getting used. Now what we're going to do, in the other one I did a colonial knot, but I probably don't need to do too much more. I'll do a one, two, three, go through the centre, it's a big one, hold it tight, pull down, hope that it goes through. There we go. So that's like the centre of that, and I still need to put this colour in there, or is it this one? No, I think it is that one, to go in between, to add a little bit of a different colour. So we are going to just knot this off, because we don't want that coming undone. Pull that up. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with this other colour. It's a bit of a chilled video today because I'm a bit hot. Now, okay. So we're going to take that off. Where's that other colour? Here we go. And having this really does make a difference. It looks really quite nice, adding that little bit of an extra colour. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, with this I am going to go in between each of these, just about halfway up in between the gaps, just adding a bit of shading. There we go. Open it up. And you'd be amazed at the difference. Looks rather lovely. Oh, this. So I need to get this sewn and not. Okay, about halfway up. In between there. And I'll bring it up close in a minute and you can see what I mean. Hopefully my head's not in the way. You can sort of see there. Go in to the bottom, just just little straight stitches, and it just gives it a little something something. I'm going to put something in between here, even though there's got nothing there. It just seems a bit empty. And then move my little bee, go in between this one. And here, move the bee out of the way. And the next thing I'm going to do is do a stem stitch on the actual stem. So this is how you create the pretty colour, and you can still see a little bit of the black, which I quite like because it gives it a bit of shading to it, and I don't mind that, as well as, you know, when you do it on there, if you see a little bit of the black, it's not a bad thing. Yep, I think I need to do another one there because it's been a bit crooked. Okay, do one from here, and you can do them in between, but you can also, you know, if you feel like it needs some more, just grab a little more, and it really does make a difference. There you go, have a look. Hopefully I'm not too close. I quite like it. So there's me bee attached, so we'll get this off. Now for the actual leaves, all we're going to do is a backing stitch for that, but I'll do the stem first, and this similar sort of stuff on the bottom as well. You know, we're just going to fill it in, go backing stitch, but I will show you some of the mushrooms and stuff because I'd like to do a little bit of texture on those, maybe with some of the sari silk that I've got. So we'll see how we go with that. So these two pieces are the next one. I'll probably throw that out. Oh, this stuff is terrible. Okay, that with the little bee. Now we went the darker one for the stem. Yep. Okay, so we're getting this. Now I think I did the light on the outside, just in a backing stitch, and then in the middle, look, I think I did the backing stitch as well, but I did it in the center of them. I used the darker color, so the center is a different color, light on the outside, the center is the darker color. And then for the grass, because it is sort of dryish grass, I think I may have done this color. Yep. And then did this color down on the dirt. So this color is it 840, and what's that one? I think this might be from Temu as well. So yeah, the color that we did in there is for the grass, and then this color here is for underneath, just to highlight that. And I like how it's got the painted bits and pieces, which I've done with the watercolor or the Inktense pencils, which I will bring to the retreat as well. Can have a bit of a play. Now, so now stem stitch, I'm doing stem stitch like here with the ball, but then when I went around the feet, I did a backing stitch. Stem stitch is thicker, but I wanted to get a bit more detail in the actual feet, so I'll probably do a backing stitch here. Yeah. Now we start, I'll go underneath. Where are we? Underneath. Having the bee there is a little in the way, but that's okay. It's best to do it now. Okay, so you come up and then you just do like a backing stitch, and then next to it, I'll show you in a minute, because it's a bit hard to see. Most of you would know how to do a stem stitch. Get your little books out. Okay, I'll show you when we're a little closer. Okay, and we can actually get past the bee. There we go. Now, just say that's the first one. You go back, and I go back into you. For the first one, you go next to it. But then after that, you go there and you go in through the hole. That's how I do it. Or you can go next to it again. It's up to you, in that hole there or just next to it. Okay. All these little fluffy bits. Now, what I would like to do as well in this episode, to get you ready for the next one, is wait until down the bottom, is I'm going to show you, I'm going to hand stitch the things together, and it's just an old quilting running stitch really close together. So okay, and I'll just show you how I did it. Like when I did the ruler over it, I just used a 6.5 inch ruler and I drew it rather than and then cut it. Because of the beads on the top, I wasn't able to get the beads here. I wasn't able to get the ruler flat, so I just did it with a pen. Oop. Come on. It's decided to knot on me. There we go. Now, so that's a stem stitch with stems, but that's the same stitch that I'm using around the bunnies because I want it to be fluffier, and I'm using wool because I want them to be fluffier. So now I'm going to just go across and go here, because this is I'm going to use a dark in there. So backing stitch is just go like that, back through the same hole. There we go. They seem similar, but they're not. The backing stitch is flatter. You're just stitching the bit pieces as you go. So just go along there. Once again, I go back into the same hole. The difference between this and the stem is, as you saw, you're going next to it and it gives it like a rope. And see how that's thicker? It gives it a real thicker look, where the backing stitch is flatter. And ironically, on the backing stitch it looks like stem stitch on the back, and on the back of here it looks like a running stitch. So they are very similar, but just by doing the tiny little different thing, you get a different outcome. Okay, so that's how you do the middle of that, and the same my backing stitch is in this lighter colour, is what I'm going to do around the outside. So, okay, just going to keep going up. I just thought while I'm here I'll show you how to do backing stitch if you haven't done it before. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, it's here, isn't it? So I might see if I can sneak, just pinch it a little without coming through. There we go. And then I'll start the stem stitch on there. So here you go, that's the start. Go up and next to it, go back. So you're on the side of it. And you end up being on the side every time, but you go back into the hole. There you go. So that is stem stitch and backing stitch. So what I'm going to show you, I'll move this out of the way, is I've got this piece here. Now we're going to put it together. So I'm going to have it on the back side. Okay, so we are wanting to do, usually it's 1/4 inch. So from the edge on this, here's 1/4 inch, you've got one of these rulers. And I'm going to just do it close to the edge there and mark a line. And do the same on this one. Okay, on both sides. I could probably get, you know, it's probably just as quick and easy to do this as it is getting your sewing machine out and stitching it on the machine. So what I'm going to do is, did I put it away or did I? So I've got a thread here. Well, it may not be enough, but it might be. So we're just going to do, this is one of these, it's just cream, a strongish thread. Now this is the first one. Okay, and it's going to be joined up to this one. Where did I put? I'll find it. Oh, here it is. You've got to always make sure that you put your things away. So what we're going to do is we're going to have it sitting there like that. Pin. Come across just in here, and that's why you had the line. Then we're going to go on the line and coming up here, might just give it a bit of a extra stitch, and then we're going to go, there we go, very small running stitch. Now this is the stitch that you use when you are hand quilting little pieces together, like Corinne would have done this with her Gosling quilt when she stitched the little pieces together, which you would have seen. But this is the stitch that people used for a very long time before they had a sewing machine. Really small little running stitch. Just saying, yep, still, you know, check at the back of it every now and again. Okay. Okay, and I'm not going to stick on the next one until I have stitched it, because I think it's a bit easier to stitch on its own. But I'm just doing this to show you what you need to do if you want to do running stitch, or you just grab out the machine. If the machine's nice and handy, just do it through the machine. But since I'm doing, make sure that, because it is a running stitch, it will pull, so make sure that it, there we go, doesn't gather up. There we go. Tiny little stitches. And you move the needle, but you also move the thread, the fabric, as you can see. Now that I'm down the end, I'm just going to do a couple of little stitches. Oh my goodness, see, this is what I mean, I really do need to sew the bits and pieces on. Okay, now so that's sewn off, and it was enough, which is good. Leave that there. So what I want to do is, see, now that's sewn together, right? What we need to do is we need to open it up, get the iron, and iron that down, because eventually, just do it with my finger for now. That's going to be like this, and we want it to be fairly flat. And so if it's ironed both sides, so what we'll do, that's going to be the book. This part here will be attached to some other fabric, so the book will be, and then the other one will be the same. That's going to be folded there. That other one will be attached to this one. I'll just pin that for now, just to show you how my little bookie's going to look. Couple of pins. Okay, that's like that. So we have got, well, where are we? Where's my piece that I was gonna, oh, here it is. I've got other fabric, but just say this is, we are going to be attaching something to that. So that next piece will be attached to this. Right. And I may very well use this because I think it is a good match. And then I've got some other fabric to go on there, but it's probably not big enough. So we're gonna have, this will have wadding in there. That'll be, just pretend it's long enough. I'll just stick that on there like that. And that's gone all the way to there, like the edge, and that'll be sewn onto there. So we will have a book where that edge here, it will be sewn. So when you open it up, you'll have a big, like, that's going to be sewn down to there. And then here's another page. And then here's the other page. And then that's the back. Can you sort of see what I'm trying to do? So and I also moved, I was going to put originally on there, but there's so much nice features here. I'm just going to put it on that one there. I thought it'd be nice to have, because it's such a good colour, to give it a bit more 3D effect. So yeah, that's how it will look. And so it won't have an inside cover, it'll just go straight into the book, and it will be, you know, the same width. It'll be like that. And I think I may use some of that, but this is the fabric that I've chosen to go around the front of the book and all the way around it. Isn't it adorable? Yeah, because it's got, you know, all the woodland animals and an owl, a bunny and squirrel, and yeah, and then I'm going to put, I may use some of this and stitch around it, and actually use this and do the word Nature's Treasures. And rather than doing Susanna Easdale, I might just have one of my little, you know, SE laundry labels just sitting in the corner. So, but I'll show you what to do when it comes to that. When everything's all done, I will show you, you know, step by step on how to do it if you want to do a book. Because you can see here, it's all raw edges, and I'll be, see that's stuck on there now. So I'm going to be sewing with that other bit stuck on there, unless I want to unpick it, but I might as well just leave it on there. Yeah, so this bit will be here. So I'll stitch this down while it's not covered. Now, like this, the other one, we had all the stuff on the edges. I've got to cut some wadding, batting. I'll have a look. What's the time? We are 42 minutes. Ooh. So I'm just getting some of this. Hang in a minute. I think I might have some batting the right size, pre-cut out. There we go. So I'm just going to get some batting, which this is pretty good. And I'll cut it at the 6.5, and that'll be, just say it's all, you know, one length. I'll probably cut out batting in one length. That'll go on the back of that. I'll invisible stitch it down for the whole length. So this one will be stitched onto here. Might go out. There we go. Whoop, move it over. Here we go. That'll be on there. I'll have wadding all the way to the edge, maybe just a tad over. And when we've got all that stuff, it will get tucked under, because when I have that other fabric, yeah, I'll show you. It'll be all out on the edge, and it'll be fine. It'll be tucked under. We'll cut it, and then this fabric, I'll be cutting a bit that's the same length as that, and the long length to go all the way around. Yeah, so all the raw edges will be covered. So yeah, so it's got a bit of padding to it, so it's not just a little floppy little book. Okay guys, well, I will catch you in the next episode. And it's good, like when we go to put down like from the previous episode, when we go put down our bits and pieces, it's good that it's stuck together. I mean, you won't see that. I'm going to be stitching that down with a running stitch, so you know where to go with your different colours. So okay guys, well, I'll catch you in the next video. I might be doing a little bit more of that. I'll be doing stuff behind the scenes. So with here, I've just grabbed, what is it? I've just grabbed this. So you do stem stitch all the way around, and I'm going to do, I'll show you, is it this? Where's the wool? Here's the wool. What I'm going to do on here is I'm going to do it just a tad darker here and here, because it's shading, and along the back there. And then for the whiskers, you know, like in the eyes. We're just going to do a satin stitch. I may come back and show you once I get to that point, and also I might, you know, like so, just go around them, go around, and I'll come back and show you how I do the eye, and maybe a little bit of pink in the ear as well. I'm not going to do all of it, just highlight a little bit. So and I've just done that with this colour as well, the same colour. I even added a couple, so you sort of want it to look like it's a little bit fluffy. Hang a minute, I'll go in again. You probably don't have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, so we'll come back. So it's satin stitch around the actual bunnies. Okay guys, enough of my yabbering. I will catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.